I used to obsess over every workout, every rep, every calorie, and I still looked the same. The moment I stopped thinking about the gym entirely, everything changed. Now, what if the reason you're not growing is because you're trying way too hard? For me, I stopped chasing the pump, I stopped overtraining, and I finally focused on the right things. I stopped overthinking, I built some real structure into my routine, and here I am 12 kgs later, finally proud and comfortable in my body. If you don't know me, my name is Matteo. I specialize in helping skinny guys transform and build a body they're truly proud of. This right here was me back in 2021. At that point, I'd been lifting for over 5 years consistently. Every single week, I was training 4 times per week, and fitness was my life. Like, I was obsessed about this stuff. I was watching all the videos. I was obsessing about the best exercise, the best routines, how to optimize every single ounce of what I was doing. But I was stuck. I was in this state of analysis paralysis where I was gathering too much information and I didn't know where to look, how to train, what to eat. So much conflicting information. Now here I am in 2025. I do 3 sessions per week of 1 hour 15. I track my lifts. I have a very simple approach that allows me to live my life and still make incredible progress. And I'm not obsessed about the gym how I used to be. When I say I stopped thinking about the gym is I'm a lot more relaxed than a couple years ago. A couple years ago, it was crazy. I was every single day, every single week, I had a new strategy. I had a new nutrition approach. I had a new training program. I had a new exercise that I wanted to try. Nowadays, my protocol and my system to get stronger is so much more simple. I don't even think about the gym anymore. Over time with experience, I've come to realize that you don't need to be all in the gym. Like, the gym and nutrition and fitness doesn't have to take hours and hours of your life. Now, my approach nowadays is the set and forget approach. You set your training program once. Maybe that's training 3 times per week for you or 4 times. You set it. You know exactly what to do in the gym and you don't have to think about it anymore. You have a fixed plan from the start. That way, that's already outsourced. Then, when it comes to your nutrition, you simplify everything. The goal is to hit your calorie and your protein goal on a daily basis to slowly make progress. But other than that, when you have your training, you know what you're doing in the gym, you know how to progress week on week. And when it comes to your nutrition, you know how much to eat and how much protein to eat. I don't track carbs and fats, I just track protein and calories. It makes things so much easier. Obviously, for the nutrition, maybe you have a couple habits that allow you to hit those targets. Maybe that's a fixed breakfast. Maybe that's one shake in the morning. Maybe that's a go-to snack that you have. You have a couple, maybe 1 to 2 habits that help you reach those calorie goals. But other than that, there's no point and no benefit in always thinking about the gym. When you put this gym and this physique on a pedestal, you're always chasing it. It never feels effortless. When I really took a step back from my training and I was like, all right, fuck it. This is going to be a long-term journey. I have my plan, my nutrition, I have my training. I know what I'm doing. Let me take a step back. Let me focus on other things, on my business, my studies at the time. Everything just naturally progressed. I was following my plan and I just made way better progress because I was not overly obsessed about every single gram, every single rep. I was not over analyzing everything. When you start over analyzing which foods, your nutrition, your training, you're not living. You're in your head. So this is why you want to set your plan from day one, nutrition and your training. Take an hour throughout your day on the weekend to organize it and see how you're going to structure it throughout your week. And over time, that becomes a habit. And this is where we get into the lifestyle physique and the autopilot growth. You're not going to change your physique in 1 month. You might see visual results in 1 month, especially if you're starting out, but you have to keep in mind that this is a long-term journey. If you want to see incredible progress, if you want to truly transform your body, you're looking realistically at least 6 to 12 months to have a visual, solid transformation. In that time, why do you want to be overthinking and constantly overanalyzing everything? Set it and forget it. Focus on other things. My life at the time was not fun. Like, I was always constantly worried and stressed whether I was growing, whether I was not. I was overanalyzing everything, and it was just not the best. Nowadays, my daily habits to grow are very simple. I wake up in the morning, so I do 3 sessions per week. That means I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The rest of the time, I'm not thinking about the gym. It's not a thought in my mind. I'm focused on doing other things. This business, spending time with friends, family, different other activities. When I go to the gym, obviously I have fixed targets to hit. I'm pushing myself to hit performance goals. I have my targets to hit. I go in, I hit them, or maybe I don't, but I'll hit them the week after, and so on. I'm not thinking about the gym. When it comes to my nutrition, I have set targets of more or less how many calories I need to hit on a day-to-day basis. For me, at the moment, it's 2,800 and it's roughly 130 grams of protein. The way I divide that is roughly 3 meals, 1 snack. Over time, I don't need macros first or an app to track my calories because I've been doing this for so long. But in the early stages, you want to track your calories to have a deeper understanding of what's in which foods. And over time, you can get to a point where you can travel, you can eat out, all while hitting your fitness goals and making progress. Nowadays, I just use my app, my phone, as the calculator to track my calories. It takes me less than 3 minutes per day because I'm not tracking every single macro, every single gram. I'm guesstimating more or less. Like, you don't have to be super perfect on everything to make incredible progress. Besides the training and the nutrition, I can still eat out, I can still enjoy, I can still do all of these things. Sure, based on how many calories I have and what the goal is at a time. Maybe it's lean bulking, maybe it's a slight deficit for a couple weeks. I'll change my habits. Maybe I'll push my breakfast for later in the evening. The only thing that allows me to grow on top of this is my tracking. To have predictable results, obviously you have to have predictable inputs and you have to be able to measure if those inputs are actually leading you to grow. So I track my daily weights and I also track my performance in the gym. I make sure it's slowly going up or slowly coming down based on my goal at that time. To recap and to conclude, this stuff, guys, is not a full-time job. Set it and forget it. Set your training plan. Know exactly how you're progressing each week. Once that is set, you set it once, you have your plan, perfect, you're not thinking about the gym. Then when it comes to your nutrition, you know, based on your goal, you know exactly how many calories you need to be consuming, how much protein. Forget carbs and fats, don't make it too complicated. And then in your day-to-day, have maybe 1 to 2 habits that help you hit those goals. Use an app to track it in the first place so you have an understanding, and then over time you'll get a lot more comfortable with things. Track your daily weight, track your performance in the gym, and then you can live your life, enjoy, and focus on doing other things. I specialize in helping guys like you transform. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like my free training that I designed specifically to help you gain 1 kg per month consistently. The free training is down below. And with that said, buddy, I'm wishing you a great day. Take care.